What's up, guys? It's Thursday, June 13th. It's 6:31 a.m. and this is going to be a crypto market update. Assess where we're at. Bitcoin, crypto, altcoins are all on the brink right now. And for the past week, I've been in the lab dissecting, as many charts as I can. I even been on the streets and the tweets dissecting what other people are saying to find holes in what I'm seeing. And I basically came down to a big conclusion that I'm going to share in this video as far as where we're at, what needs to happen if we're going to go up, and what can't happen if we're going to see this bull market continue here. So you're going to want to subscribe to the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, and you're definitely going to want to join the Discord. Link is in the bio. Join the Discord, because if any of these things pan out that I state in this market update, if anything changes, or if it's on course, I'll keep you guys updated in real time in the Discord in the market update section. So in the market updates, I'll be keeping you guys updated. This morning, in about 2 hours, we have PPI release. So we may see some action based off that number. Yesterday, we saw the CPI bounce. We saw the FOMC meeting dump. And right now, Bitcoin is at $67,378 flat. So let's get into it. I want to start it off with Bitcoin. And basically, what I haven't seen anybody share is the Pi Cycle MA. The Pi Cycle MA, the floor, is what we've been calling it. We've been tracking it for a few months now. It was on my radar. And every single bull market, you go back and you span back, a decade, it has never broken it in a bull market. And we're at the floor, folks. We are at the floor. So a lot of people saying we could come back down, retest, 61, 62K. I see that as a possibility, but it could only be on a wick, and we would need to see the body of the weekly candle close at least above 66.8K, preferably 67K. Because as you can see here, we have this red line, right? That's our support floor. We touched down on it back in January, touched down on it back in April and May, and we just touched down on it, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, and we bounced from there. And you look at every other bull market, right? And we never, when we're really in the midst of it, break it with a weekly candle body close below. And if there's one time maybe right here, but you would need a second candle for confirmation, and we reclaimed it right here. So, and then right here as well too, and then a wick down to it. So, and this was kind of when we broke down below right here we haven't really had broken out into the parabolic rally yet. So when we're in the parabolic rally with Bitcoin, it doesn't break it unless we're having a big slump, and it's not something that would immediately recover. It would take months to recover, and it would be, we would go into a little bit of a boring phase for crypto, and altcoins wouldn't like it at all. But as you can see, we go back to 2012, support, and we kind of broke it here, but reclaimed it real quick. Keep in mind, that was the early days. So the price action was way more volatile back then, but even still, just that one instance right there. And that was, you could classify this as a mini quick bear market, because we had fallen about 75%, reclaimed it support, and then we broke down below and we went to our bear market. And then when we started to kick things off, support, then bear market, we hold it as resistance. And then this is when we broke out of the bear market bottom. We were riding it, held as support. Once we broke it, we went to our downtrend. If we were to break this support floor right now, then we would be doing something like back in 2019, where we would see like 6 months to potentially a year of going back down and touching, 40K, maybe even come down to 30K. So the last thing you want to see is us break down below that floor, the red moving average right there. So then we go into 2020. Once we got back above support. And then once we broke it, bam, bear market was in. This was the macro top of the 2021 bull market, just like this was the macro bear market bottom in 2022. Even though this went lower, this went higher. When you look at everything, this was the bull market top. This was the bear market bottom. So once we broke it there, it was lights out. We did reclaim it, but this was just a double top. came back down, and then we went into our bear market and we broke out here, and then we held that support, broke back down below. And this kind of phase right here, what is like equivalent to, like back here type of thing. So where we're at, and kind of like this breakdown below, equivalent to like right here. So we're at this point in the cycle that Bitcoin must hold this level. And the level right now is at 66K, basically flat. So if you see Bitcoin below 66K on a weekly candle close, it's not looking good, folks. It is not looking good. That's my personal opinion, not financial advice. So we would need to see Bitcoin make a move really by the end of June here, the latest, latest by, let's say, the 4th of July. We would need to see some fireworks by the 4th of July, or the risk of a big dump, because it would be a big dump. It wouldn't just be like, we go down a little bit. It would be a big dump because we're coiling up right now. We're converging. So let me go to this right here. This is kind of the trend line convergence. We have our support from back in January, and this even stretches all the way back to October when we kicked off this rally, and then we touched down on it in May, and we touched it as well too. It's perfectly in line with that red pi cycle moving average. Then we have this downward sloping resistance we keep getting rejected at. Then we have this kind of midline trend line coming up that we're holding as support right now. And with all this converging, all these trend lines, we would have to break out by the 24th, max by the 7th, but it'd be of July. It'd be very unlikely we squeeze into that point there. It's got to be sooner than later here. So that's what I'm seeing as far as if we're going to go up and we're going to see everything have a big bounce and we're going to see new all-time highs, it would have to be in the next few weeks here at most. And we have to hold 66K flat with weekly candle body closes. Another thing I was looking at was Bitcoin against others. When this goes down, altcoins go on their big runs. And this trend line stretches back to August of 2019. We got rejected. We come down, that's our starting point. We start to fall off. Altcoins start outperforming Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin around September 2020 to December 2020 was the star of the show. And then we got rejected at that same trend line. We had the massive alt season of the 2021 bull market. And then back here in June of 2023, we came up, got rejected. That was a great time to swap. Well, altcoins really took over at that point. We saw Bitcoin going down against the altcoins. And then we started to rally from January of this year, where alts kind of took a back seat and Bitcoin started to be the mover. And we rejected off that point back here on that March, April wickening. And we're at it right now. So if we're going to see Bitcoin fire up, we're going to see altcoins not hit new lows here. This has to reject right now because we're at that 5-year trend line right now as we speak. So we're at a key point as far as this goes, as far as the health of the altcoin market as well too. So that very high time frame trend line, along with others, if we go to a 3-day chart, or let's go to a daily chart, others at the daily 200-day moving average here, holding as support as we speak right now. We touched it back here in April wickening, the May 1st wickening, and we've touched it a couple times so far. There's never been a bull market, and I went through it each bull run for the others chart. There's never been a bull market where we have broken the 200-day moving average. So you can see back here in 2020, 2021, the yellow and red lines, once we broke it, it was bad news. We broke it here, but then we reclaimed double top. Then we broke it officially here, bear market. We go back to, I don't know if we can go all the way back to 2017, maybe. So yeah, 2017, you can even see here this whole time. And my bad for the lagginess. I have like a million charts up. We start to kick off the bull run. We never broke the 200-day moving average, even during this consolidation phase, kind of like where we're at now. We never broke it until we hit the bear market, right? So we have the past 2 bull runs for others never broke the 200-day exponential moving average or simple moving average, and the purple MA on the snakes here. We're a little bit below it right now, but that's fine. At least we have that 200-day moving averages there. So that's another thing. So along with that Bitcoin to others chart being at a 5-year trend line, others is at an extremely important level, the 200-day moving average, as well as Bitcoin being at that support floor, as well as we have the alt pump dump chart. Let me bring that up. Or what's it called? USDT dominance with this trend line that we've been getting rejected at ever since September of 2023, rejected October 2023, rejected January 2024, rejected here April or May 1st of 2024, and then again May 14th. And we got rejected June 11th, and we're at it right now. And this, when USDT dominance goes down, that's that money's flown into the actual cryptos. We're at a massive key trend line there, as well as the alt specific pump dump chart. You go to a daily chart and we're at a key trend line as well too here. I even grabbed this from right here to here, and ever since, November of last year. So when we really started to kick things off for altcoins, they actually started to participate in the bull run because Bitcoin went first. We've been getting rejected at this level. Each wickening event came up to that level and got rejected. So that's at an extremely important level right now as well too. Also, if I go to the total crypto market cap, we go to a daily chart, that's at that red moving average as well, the Pi Cycle MA. We touched down on it back in May a couple times, touchdown here, touchdown again. We need to hold it as support. We're at it right now, folks. And every single bull market's never broken that as well too. So same thing. You go to total 3 and we have, this trend line coming across like this that we're at as well right now as well too. And we retested the 786 here. So everything at this moment in time, Bitcoin, altcoins, pump dump charts, USDT dominance, Bitcoin against others, is at massive high time frame critical levels, and how whatever happens at these levels is going to be a massive move, whether it be to the downside or to the upside, and it's going to decide how this market pans out for the rest of this summer and probably the rest of this year. My opinion is we're going to go up. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. We're going to see a move to the upside, and we're also going to top this year maybe around August to October, and that time frame. I see something happening where we have an early top. A lot of people still calling for 2025. I don't think that's the case in my opinion. So what I see is within the next couple of weeks here, we need to see Bitcoin pump up, altcoins find a bottom out of here, because if Bitcoin were to fall, you're going to see altcoins, a ton of them have 20, 30, maybe even 50% breakdowns. And that's not to scare anybody. That's more to prepare people for where we're at as far as these macro key levels. And that would be very unnatural for that to happen in this stage of the cycle, in my opinion. If anything, that wickening from last week was that final shakeout before we just send it up, in my opinion. So it's time to pay attention, tap in. It has been this whole time, but especially right now, because we're at the brink of a market deciding move here for the rest of summer. And you have the stock market hitting new all-time highs. You have the dollar breakdown, but now it's popping back up. We need to see us get rejected and see that momentum on the 12-hour continue to come down, and the one-day chart to stay below that zero line here. Same with the bond yields, daily chart. We need to see that continue to stay down here and have a breakdown. So macro drivers, key levels, crypto drivers, key levels. We even have the alt season pulse chart, at this critical level as well too, with this trend line coming down since back June of 2023, rejection. We want to see this go down if we want alts to be outperforming. Everything's at key levels right now. Bitcoin dominance, you go to a daily chart. We're at the 786 right now, but you go to like a a 3-day, let's zoom out a little bit more, you know, we could have a little bit more of a move up, and that could be Bitcoin hitting new all-time highs. Altcoins wouldn't necessarily go down in that case. It'd just be Bitcoin kind of stealing the show. Have this last move up to around 57, 58, 57.5%. And at that point, we would need to see a rollover. So Bitcoin dominance key level, USDT dominance key level. You got the alt season pulse at a key level. Ethereum against Bitcoin key level. You got Bitcoin at a key level. You even got Ethereum at a key level as well too. And I have this fractal from back in the last bull market here. So this stage right here, this kind of rounding out phase. And this is saying that, you know, it's on par with, we need to see Ethereum. Well, where it's at right now is the level where it was at before in comparison with the fractal, but it would need to see a pop up. And maybe we see a catalyst come from, you know, Ethereum ETF gets announced that it's going to start trading live in, you know, July or something like that, or maybe late June or something like that. But I see that as a potential catalyst for Ethereum altcoins to really start moving here. And hopefully that comes in soon because time's ticking, right? So that's what I'm seeing. Total at a key level, total 3, others at a key level. Just so many things lining up where, you know, we got to see some. So there's very limited downside that these charts are able to go, in my opinion. And if they do, a lot of things are breaking. So I'm going to leave it at that, because if I go too long here, then this video won't export out to YouTube. So I'll keep you updated in the Discord market updates channel. If anything changes or if things are on pace for what I'm thinking as far as these charts go, this will probably be my last video of this week. I mean, you know, we're going to be watching these things. These are the key market driving things. And I've really boiled it down to the key things to be watching. One thing I wanted to mention as well too is the 12-hour chart. On total 3, you can see this prepare to buy soon and long entry signal. We saw that flash back here in January at the bottom, as well as back here in October, right before this rally up. So that's a very positive signal right there. Same thing with others. We have a 12-hour right now as we speak. We saw that in January as well too. And then Bitcoin has a 12-hour prepare to buy soon as well. So there are some signs, but we need to see some follow through. So join the Discord. I'll keep you guys updated. This will be my last video. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And I'll see you guys in the Discord and in the next video.